going on, guys? So I'm actually heading to Phoenix, Arizona on a little road trip. I just left my house with a 94% charge. I have about 215 miles of range.
What?
The total trip's about 400 miles, so I'm kind of curious to see how many times I have to stop and how long it's going to take to charge. So with that being said, let's begin the trip and let's see how long it's going to take. All right, as you can see, I'm on the road. I left my house about 2 o'clock. I'm about 106 miles away from Palm Springs. That's where I'm supposed to stop and charge. I actually have about 193 miles of range. And I actually think I can make it to another charging destination spot, which is about 40 miles away from Palm Springs. So let's see how that goes. All right, so since this is a road trip, I might as well rap with you guys for a little bit. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a 2018 Model 3 mid-range. They don't make the mid-range anymore. I actually think that was a precursor to the standard range or standard range plus, because comparing it to the standard range plus, you pretty much get about the same miles. If I were to do it all over again, I would have definitely purchased a long range Model 3. I think the more miles, the more range you have, the better. Even though I don't take a lot of road trips, and it's my commuter car, just the thought of having over 300 miles is golden. Okay, so a lot of times my friends who don't have Teslas, they always ask me, how do you do a road trip? How many times you stop? How many chargers you have to go to? Is there enough chargers, etc.? But now we can all see the answer. All right, so here's a little update. I'm coming up on my first spot where I'm supposed to charge here in Palm Springs, but I have like 89 miles left. And looking at the map, there's only like one stall available out of 20. So I'm going to go ahead and push ahead to the next supercharger spot, which is about 47 miles ahead in Indio. There's about 3 charging stalls available, and I have plenty of range, as you can see, 89 miles. I want to get to the Indio destination with about 22%. So let's keep pushing ahead, guys. Alright guys, so check it out. I finally stopped. I have about 65 miles left, and here's my stats. I've been on the road for about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I drove about 165 miles. I usually have this at percentage, but for road trips, I like looking at how much miles I have. So let's charge and see how long it takes us. Alright, so it says it's going to take 35 minutes, but at 80%. So apparently this is a high usage supercharger station, but I'm going to adjust it to 100 because I'm going to see if I could get to Arizona without charging again. Alright, as you can see, I went ahead and I adjusted the limit of charging from 80% to 100%, so it's going to take about an hour. And hopefully I don't have to stop again. So an hour has passed. I was able to go to the restroom, get something to eat, stretch my legs out, and I was actually able to deploy one of these Tesla Hot Wheels, aka Tesla caching. Check out the video if you want to participate. I was able to hand it off to another Tesla owner, and she's going to go ahead and drop it off at another Tesla charger spot. Anyhow, so this is what we got going on here. I got 229 miles at close to 100%. So it looks like I lost about 20 miles or 25 miles of range since I bought it almost 3 years ago. Not sure why so many miles. I hear different theories on the battery as far as recalibrating, but I'll look into it. If you have any suggestions, drop it in the comments below. So I just wanted to add one more thing. So the total charges are $14.50, but because I have 1,000 free miles due to my referral, I pay $0.
What?
Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here in Quartzsite because I have about 93 miles. The next charging spot was in Boca, which is about 100 miles ahead, and I don't want to chance it. So we're going to go out here, charge for about 20 minutes and hit the road. Alright, so we got about 20 minutes, I guess, remaining, which is not bad. So my 96 miles. My parents are about 125 miles away, so far so good. All right guys, so I just got to my folks' house with about 54 miles left in range. I was doing about 80, So I made some time. I made it here in about 7 hours. Wasn't too bad. All right, guys, so I'm plugged in on a 120 volt right now with my mobile charger. That's why it's always good to have two chargers. I actually have a wall charger at my home, and I always carry the mobile one with me for road trips like this. And as you can see, it's gonna take me about 24 hours just to charge at 80%. That's not ideal, but guess what? My car is charging, it's plugged, and it's gonna get me enough juice until I reach my next supercharger on my way back home to LA.
Several days later.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm actually heading back to California from Phoenix. I'm actually charging. This is my first stop. I'm doing things a little bit differently than what you saw earlier in the video. Earlier in the video, at my first charging spot, I actually charged to 100%, and I really did it because I wanted to see how many miles I had at 100%. But ideally, you don't want to do that because, for one, it takes too long to charge. It takes about a good hour, especially when you hit the 80-90% mark. It takes forever. And also, your regeneration braking won't work, so you want to keep that in mind. Going back to LA, this is going to be a little quicker. I'm only charging here for about 70% to my next charging spot in Palm Springs, where I'm going to charge there about maybe 50-60%, and that will get me home. My total charging time will be about 27 minutes in total versus when I went to Phoenix, it took me about an hour and 25 minutes in total. So there you have it, guys. Until the next road trip or the next Tesla meet, work hard but play harder. Give this video a like button, subscribe if you wish, and we out of here. Peace.